Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Albers, joined here with Tom Manassi in our first game of our doubleheader. We are going to have Lakeland Community College versus Cincinnati State. And the last two times these teams met, Cincinnati back on January 12th won 98-50. And, a couple things we were looking at. One that was interesting is Ashley Spite, their leading scorer, is no longer the team. She was averaging 16-7. Another thing I thought was kind of odd was you and I noticed that the head coach for the women is Terry Bowe, who's actually also the women's coach. So it was kind of odd. And they come in with a 5-17 record and 0-7 in the conference, last losing to Columbus State 75-49. And, Tom, today I would think that Cincinnati State would not have a problem today winning this game.
No, I think it's one of those games where you kind of almost expect them to come out a little sluggish, kind of taking it for granted that they should have an easy time on this. On paper, this game is not even close. Cincinnati State comes in with the best defense in the league, giving up 56 a game, and Lakeland comes in with the worst offense in the league with 47. So if you go by those numbers, they're going to struggle big time to score points today against Cincinnati State.
So as we said, it should be very interesting. And Cincinnati coming off, winning some big games, winning the last one at Edison, 67-59, and also that big overtime win with Vincennes. So kind of on a roll with Cincinnati State, and Coach Beeler really has them playing well today. And again, let's go back to this Terry Bowe being a coach. That's got to be hard, coaching the women and the men, and focusing on coaching the women, and then as soon as that game's over, you got to be prepared and ready for the men.
Yeah, and not only that, you're coaching a men's team who's ranked 11th in the country and leading the league at 7-0. So, he's got a lot on the line, and to be taking time to coach the women's team also, it's got to be pretty stressful for him. But unfortunately, he's got his hands full today with the top team in the league, Cincinnati State, on the other end with a one-game lead in the standings. They're in good shape and also have the tournament here on their home floor. So they're looking at a big-time finish to the year here up on the hill.
Yeah, that's going to be very big for them today. As looks like we're going to have number 10 jumping center, and that's going to be Brittany Moore. And the starters for them is going to be Moore, Guilford, Ziegler, Wheatfield, and Jarowski. And Cincinnati's going to control the tip. And we're underway here from Cincinnati State. And Stevenson has the ball up top, swings it around to Kinsey Brandt. Brandt gets it down in the corner. And they get it up high to Chen. She's going to drive all the way to the basket, throws up a shot, and said she's going to charge. So already starting off with Alexis Chen picking up her first foul.
Yeah, and this is definitely a game where Cincinnati State can be aggressive, but you don't want Lakeland hanging around. You don't want to let them hang around at halftime. You want to put this game away as soon as you can, get some of these other girls in the game and let them finish it off.
Absolutely. So, again, it looks like there might be a turnover, and Stevenson saves it, but Lakeland's going to control it, and it's number 23, and that's Whitfield. And she throws a bad pass. It goes off of Cincinnati out of bounds. Again, Lakeland is struggling here at 5-17, have not won a conference game. And Cincinnati is on top 21-4 and 6-1 in the league. Just a phenomenal season. Almost a bad pass there. And Whitfield has the basketball. She's going to dribble, pick up her dribble, and she's got nowhere to go with it. Great defense by Cincinnati. She's just going to turn around and fire up a shot. It's an air ball and shot clock violation, I believe.
Yep.
So it'll be a shot clock violation. Cincinnati will have the basketball.
Well, Dan, according to their website, they're all freshmen. They don't have any sophomores on the roster. So, they're learning to begin with. But you got some tough competition in this league to be going with an all-freshman team.
And so they swing it around there. It looks like, do we already have a substitution already? And firing up a shot. Oh, air ball, no good by Kinsey Brandt. It goes out of bounds. It'll go to Lakeland. I thought we had a sub already. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought I saw Brittany Moore that was in the game before, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I wrote down a wrong number. So Whitfield has the basketball for Lakeland. We have no score here. 18:48 to go here in the first half. She's going to dribble off to her left. She gets it down into Moore, and Moore's going to throw it out of bounds. Lakeland takes the ball out of bounds with 16 seconds on the shot clock. And Lakeland's just going to get it up high and getting it to Jarowski. And driving all the way basket, throwing up a shot, getting fouled, puts it up and in. Is Tierra Martin puts it in.
Gotta like that aggressiveness right there. That's going to go on number 20, Cameron Vaughn.
And that's something they can't afford, Tom, is to get her in foul trouble.
No, and they've been prone to foul trouble here the last couple of weeks. It seems like there's one or two every game.
And it looks like it goes off the back of the rim, so the three-point play is no good. Quickly, Cincinnati coming down the other way. And swing it around now to Stevenson. Stevenson has it, gets it down in the corner to Ash. Ash gets it knocked out of her hands, going to stay here with Cincinnati.
Dan, one of the things we talked about in the Vincennes game last time out was the play of Hannah Stevenson on the defensive end mostly. Played probably her best game of the year. And then they turn around and her and Grace McDougal combine for no points at Edison.
Wow.
And that's one of the things they can't afford to have happen if they're going to make a long run this year.
Absolutely not. Stevenson fires up a three-point shot. It is no good and rebounded by Jarosek. Jarosek's going to give it up to Guilford. Guilford has it at the top. It's going to go off to her right. And girl might have walked with the basketball. No call. That was number 22. I believe that was Ziegler.
They're calling a foul?
Wow.
Goodness gracious. Oh, that's 2 on Cameron Vaughn.
So Vaughn will have 2. She's going to have to sit down. Paratori will come out of the ball game, or come into the ball game. She'll be sitting for a very long time.
Well, I mean, we talked about it right at the start, Dan. You kind of figure they're going to come out a little sluggish, knowing that they beat them by, 48 the first time, and it's hard not to do that. But this late in the season, you just got to put them away.
And so there it is. Martin's going to fire up a shot. Good. So Martin's the only one that's providing any kind of offense for them. And Martin, again, let's see what she's averaging. She's averaging probably right around 10 points a game. Three-point shot on the way, no good, and that was by Ash. And getting it back now, Ash has it at the elbow, turns around, throws up a shot, in and out, no good. And it's going to be rebounded by Lakeland. And she loses control of the basketball, and I think it went off Lakeland, but they said it went off Cincinnati State to go out of bounds. And like you said, Tom, they just cannot afford to have them sticking around.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to give them more confidence. I mean, they're struggling. They've been struggling all year, but if you let them think that they have a chance, then you're in big trouble.
And there's going to be a jump ball, and possession will go, I believe, to Cincinnati.
Yeah, I think it's it stays.
So Cincinnati trailing here 4-0.
They switched that possession clock down on the table way too quickly.
Yeah.
Or no, it is going to Lakeland, so they didn't.
That's what I thought, because we won the tip, I thought. So 4-0, 17-10 to go here in this first half. Dan Albers, Tom Benassi, Rhonda McMillan. And there's going to be a steal by Cincinnati. Stevenson's going to bring it down, pull up, throws up a jump shot, no good. And it's going to be rebounded by number 12, and that's Guilford. Guilford throws a bad pass, and Stevenson almost ran it down.
She tipped it. Stevenson tipped it, so it stays with Lakeland. And you know what, Dan? That shot right there by Stevenson, that's her second shot of the game. She didn't even take a shot at Edison the other night. Wow.
Maybe that's what Coach told her, said, hey, we need you to score. So Cincinnati straight struggling here offensively here early, trailing 4-0, 16-41. Bad pass, but Martin gets it to Jarosek, who swings it over. Three-point attempt on the way. Good. How about that by number 34? That was Jarosek. I'm sorry. She puts it in, and that's now a 7-0 lead. And there's going to be Kinsey Brand, who fires up a three-point shot. No good, and it's going to be rebounded by Moore, and there's going to be a foul. Or no, they're going to say jump ball. Possession's going to go to Cincinnati. And, Tom, where Cincinnati's at their best is when they do an inside-outside game, and they're not doing that right now. They're settling for jump shots.
Well, the other thing I'm noticing early on, Dan, is they're not getting second chances. Lakeland's doing a great job of not giving Cincinnati State second and third chances.
Hitchens off the inbounds, throws up a three-point shot. It is no good. Kinsey Brandt runs it down, but she walked with it. Cincinnati struggling here, down 7-0 to Lakeland, who they beat 98-50 on January 12th. So it's playing like their competition. Looks like there's a 5-second call. Tom, and I'm thinking Terry Bowe is not the coach, because I see a woman standing up, so I think they might have made a mistake there.
Well, either that or maybe they brought her in late,
yeah,
and she's just now kind of taking over.
And they get the ball now to Stevenson. And get it back again. Stevenson's going to clear it out, trying to tell Hitchens to get over. Get it over to Kinsey Brandt. Brandt. They have 19 on the shot clock. Stevenson gets it to Paratori, who turns around, gets it down in the corner to Ash. Thought she was going to shoot it, but doesn't. Stevenson drives all the way in, kicks it out to Brandt for a three-point shot. No good, off the barely hits the iron, and it's going to be a rebound by by Martin. Excuse me.
Well, right now 0 for 8 from the field for Cincinnati State.
It's not the way they wanted to start this game. Driving all the way into the basket, throwing up a shot was no good by Lakeland, and quickly coming down the other way is going to be Stevenson. Stevenson's going to go all the way down to the left. She throws it up off the glass. No good. Missed another shot, so they're 0 for 9. Going to go out of bounds, though, on Lakeland. It'll be Cincinnati's basketball.
0 for 9, and 6 of them are three-point shots.
Wow. And they swing it over now to Stevenson. Gets it up to Brandt. Over to Henchins. They get it in. Nice job to Paratori. Paratori throws up a shot. No good. And it's going to be rebounded by, I believe that's number 12, and that is Guilford. Martin, a deep three-point shot. Top good!
Kidding me?
How about that?
Well, she's got 7 points already, and right now Cincinnati State just, there's nothing that they're doing right.
And they are down here 10-0, Tom, just like we thought. You can't give them those opportunities. Stevenson swings it over to Ash. She's going to fire up a three-point shot. No good. And they really are settling for the jump shot.
They're boxing out, Dan. They're doing a great job of boxing out on the Lakeland end.
Martin with the rebound. She quickly goes down court. She was wide open down the middle, and they missed her. And they get it back. And it's going to be, I believe that was Whitfield who lost control of the ball. Ball is on the ground.
Jump ball.
And her and Stevenson fight for it, and it's going to stay here. It should stay here with Lakeland, and it does. Is that Cameron Vaughn checking back into the ballgame?
Yes,
Vaughn
sir.
and Phillips checking in, and also you got Chin checking into the ballgame.
Well, not a good start for Cincinnati State. 0 for 10 to start this ball game, and they are just in sleepwalking mode right now.
Get the ball up to Jursic. Swing it out, let it pulling up for a jump shot. No good by Guilford, and Cincinnati comes down the other way. It's Haley Phillips. Phillips coming all the way down the left side. Pulls it back out to Stevenson at the top of the key. Man-to-man for Lakeland. Swing it over now to Chen. Chen gets it inside to number 20, and that was
Nice.
Cameron Vaughn, I'm sorry. And there was a shot inside by Vaughn, and there's going to be a foul call, I believe, on no, they're going to say it's on number 10, and that's on Brittany Moore. That'll be her first.
And Haley Phillips the other night played 27 minutes, which is significantly more than what we're used to seeing.
So Cameron Vaughn will be on the line. Free throw, good. So Cincinnati finally gets on the board here with 14-12 to go in this first half. Checking into the ball game for the first time will be Ashley, oh gosh, Shimansky. Off the front of the rim by Cameron Vaughn is no good. She gets her own rebound, powers away, shot, throws it no good. Ash with the rebound, and she gets fouled. So doing a better job on the boards, and the foul's going to be on 10 again. And let me work on that name, Tom.
I can't. I'll just call her Alicia.
And free throw is good by Ash. Number 32, Martin goes into the game.
Isn't it a rule you have to have some vowels in your name?
It's something. I mean, it's hard to
Although Y is sometimes a vowel, Dan. Do you remember the Y is sometimes a vowel?
Not me, Tom. 10-3, 14:06. And now Cincinnati finally gets on the board. As we said, it's 10-3, 13:59 to go. Since they put on a little pressure, but getting all the way
illegal
through.
pick right there.
Down to Jarasak gets it, crosses it up, almost stolen by Cincinnati. Get it over to Guilford. Guilford's going to drive all the way in, throws it up off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Cincinnati. And, there's going to be a reach, and that's going to be, I believe, on Guilford. Nope, on 32, that'll be on Martin, and that'll be her first.
Well, I think right there you started to see Cincinnati State kind of put him in more of a helter-skelter style on offense. And if Lakeland has to play that way, then Cincinnati State has a huge advantage.
And they swing it over to Stevenson, to Haley Phillips. Chen looks inside to Cameron Vaughn. Nice move by Vaughn. Put it up and in. That was an awesome move by Cameron Vaughn, and they've cut it in half now at 10-5. She's done very well with that all year long.
Yeah, real nice move on the inside right there.
And that is Guilford to Whitfield. Whitfield has it. Gets it into Martin. Martin at the elbow, pulls up, throws up a jump shot, no good. And Vaughn's going to get the rebound, and there's going to be another foul on Martin. So Martin picks up 2 quick fouls.
Yeah, and that's obviously one person they can't afford to lose because she got 7 points already out of the 10. And I think Cincinnati State's kind of woken up a little bit, at least on the defensive end, playing much better.
And Stevenson's going to go right between the defenders and throws up a shot, got it taken out of her hands, and Whitfield quickly coming down for Lakeland. Going to give it up, and it's going to go out of bounds on Schmeizinski. How about that?
There you go. That'll work.
We'll work with that
I'm on board with that.
It took me 4 minutes to figure out her name. Instead of trying to pronounce it as we're going along.
I had to stop looking at it because I would just keep laughing.
And there's going to be a foul on Ash, and that'll be her first foul. So we're at 4 team fouls apiece. 12:43 to go here in this first half. Cincinnati up here on this homecoming game here, 10-5. They better hurry up and get that ball inbounds. Schmeizinski gets it in the corner and gets it knocked out of bounds. It'll stay here with Lakeland. They have 27 on the shot clock, 12:40 to go here in this first half. Taking the ball out of bounds is Guilford. Guilford and throws just a bad pass, and that's going to get it to number 23, and that's Whitfield. Get it back to Guilford. She fires up a 3-point shot. It is no good. And Stevenson now quickly comes down the left side for Cincinnati. And she pulls up in between the circles, flips it back now to Ash. She's going to drive baseline, throws up a shot, no good. And it's going to be Kinsey Brandt with the rebound. To Phillips, back to Brandt, back to Phillips again. Swinging around. A little bit better ball movement here, Tom, coming on this go-round.
Yeah, I think you need to pound it inside to Vaughn.
And there's going to be another
3.
foul on Martin.
Goodness.
She's going to have to come out of the ball game.
Yeah, you don't have a choice now.
So on the line will be Ash shooting 2 shots.
And that right there, that's take it to the basket. Don't rely on 3-pointers in a game where you have a serious advantage talent-wise. Do not settle for 3-point shots.
And first free throw is made. That's going to make it 10-6.
Desiree Ash coming off a monster game with 26 points at Edison the other night.
So she makes both of them. Cincinnati tailing now only 10-7, and there's going to be a foul on Cincinnati.
We're rooting for quick games today, Dan.
I don't know if we're going to get that there. So Desiree Ash is going to pick up her second foul. And Whitfield has it for Lakeland. Just throws a pass, gets it into number 10, Moore. Turns around, throws it down in the corner. Jarosak gets it. Has in the corner, gets double teamed. She just throws a pass. Schmeizinski gets it, swings it over, and there's going to be 3 seconds on Schmeizinski. So Cincinnati will get the ball on the turn. Looks like we're going to have a timeout called by Lakeland, and they're up here 10-7 in the early stages. And Tom, they got off to that big start with a 10-0 run. Now Cincinnati's on a 7-0 run, but you got to take your hats off to Lakeland. They're 5-17, 0-7. Really not a lot to play for. And, they came out here playing pretty well here in this first half.
Yeah, no question about it. I think the major problem right now is obviously Martin with 3 fouls. Somebody's going to have to step up and score points. Jurassic hit the other 3 to make it 10, but, they don't show a lot of life, but yet they've come out. Cincinnati State came out a little flat. They're starting to pick it up a little bit. They just have to pound the ball inside to Vaughn and Ash and Chin and let them go to work, because I don't see any way that Lakeland's going to be able to stop them. There's just no way.
So Cincinnati men, we got the men after this game, and they've kind of got on a little bit of a roll here, and they've won 3 conference games, and they avenged their earlier loss to Edison State. And a big difference in that game, Tom, was obviously Thomas Jackson coming back with 22 points. And, man, they get healthy. Could be a very dangerous team come tournament time. Yeah,
they've got O'Brien Hobbs down with an injury. He did not play against Edison the other night. He will not play today, it doesn't look like. But you're right. They lost to Edison by 1 here. No Thomas Jackson. They go up there, they beat him by 22, and Thomas Jackson scores 22 in the game. So he just brings that kind of calming thing to the team. He can settle the team down. He can create his own shot whenever he has to, but he's also the leading assist guy. So I think it's a huge addition for Cincinnati State down the stretch run.
Cincinnati trailing here 10-7, and that is McDougal, who checks in for the first time, gives it to Haley Phillips, and she throws kind of a bad pass. Gets it back, does Phillips. She's going to drive all the way and kick it to Kinsey Brandt. Pulls up, swings into the corner. McDougal, she fires up a three-point shot. It is no good, and Cameron Vaughn with the rebound. Kinsey Brandt flips it back again to McDougal. McDougal is going to drive in, take it all the way, kicks it back. She walked.
Well, Cameron Vaughn the other night, 17 points, 17 rebounds. Kind of what we're used to seeing out of her. She averages over 14 in both categories.
Absolutely. Nice throw.
That's a great throw, but
and it's going to go out of bounds, but that was a quarterback-type throw there by Guilford. I mean, that was monstrous. I tell you what, the bright shoes on there by number 34, Jurassic, is unbelievable. And they swing it to Phillips. He's going to kick it down in the corner to Cameron Vaughn. Kinsey Brandt got 19 on the shot clock. And that's Ash to McDougal. Nice ball movement by Cincinnati. Get it to Cameron Vaughn. They swing it out to Kinsey Brandt. She's going to fire up a three-point shot. It is no good. McDougal with the rebound for Cincinnati. Haley Phillips fakes a three. Steps in, throws off an off-balance shot. And, Cameron Vaughn's going to pick up a foul. And that hurts. That's number 3 on her.
I tell you what, Dan, the shooting from the field, I'll add it up here, but it's awful. It's just awful.
So they are trailing here 10-7. Cameron Vaughn, the big story here, picks up her 3rd foul, and that could hurt Cincinnati here at the end of this first half. Nice move to the basket, throws up a shot, and they're going to call a foul. Man, they're going to call tons of fouls in this game, I can tell.
That's 2 on Haley Phillips.
So Phillips going to pick up. Did they call it on? No, they called it on 33. They called it on Paratori. So Paratori will have her first. On the line will be number 10, Brittany Moore. Moore's free throw is no good.
Now, right now, Cincinnati State is 1 of 18 from the field.
That ain't good.
The rest of the points are from the free throw line. That is not good at all. That's some seriously bad numbers right there.
And Moore does not make her 2 free throws. Ash with the rebound. McDougal quickly is going to give it up to Kinsey Brandt. Brandt back to McDougal. McDougal's going to drive on. Nice pass inside to Paratori. His shot is no good. And it's going to go out of bounds off Lakeland. Will stay here with Cincinnati. I think that's going to be a key, Tom, is getting the ball inside to Paratori and Cameron Vaughn to get the easier scoring for him.
Yeah, Paratori's got to keep the ball up over her head, and there's nobody out there that can block her shot. But if she brings it down, that brings everybody else into play.
Absolutely. Haley Phillips gets it on the wing. Looking inside of Paratori, nothing there. Gets it up high to Kinsey Brandt. Over to Ash. Ash between the circle drives all the way into Key. Throws up a shot, no good. Paratori had the rebound and over the back, and they didn't call it. Schmazinski, we thought, might have went over the back. They didn't call it, so Alexis Chin comes back into the ballgame, and Desiree Ash will sit out. What are we doing here?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on. They got the athletic director running around for something. Not sure what.
Get the ball now, inbounds to, she walked. She did walk with it, was Kinsey Brandt.
Well, Dan, you kind of wish they could go back to the locker room and start over because this is just ugly on the Cincinnati State side right now.
I'll tell you what, that girl's a great quarterback. There should have been a foul. I'll tell you what, it was a great pass again by Guilford. She led Lakeland to a long pass. They drive to the basket, goes out of bounds. It'll be Lakeland's basketball. Guilford taking the ball out of bounds again. And they throw it into Whitfield.
Yeah, she's got to be a softball player.
Absolutely. She just double dribbled. They didn't call it. And there's going to be a turnover again by Lakeland. And quickly coming down is going to be Kinsey Brandt. Kinsey takes it, brings it back out to the right, swings it over McDougal. Get it into Paratori. Paratori turns around, throws up a little jumper, puts it up and in. So that's exactly what they need, Tom. And all of a sudden it's a 1-point ball game. Lakeland goes on a 10-0 run. Cincinnati answers with a 9-0 run. And it knocked out of their hands by Paratori. Gives it to Kinsey Brandt. Brandt's going to drive, kick it back out to Haley Phillips. Phillips gets it to Chen. She gets triple team, throws it inside to Paratori. She gets it, throws up a shot. She might have got fouled. They didn't call it. Jump ball, tied it up. It's going to stay with Cincinnati. Checking back in will be Stevenson for Cincinnati. Again, it's a homecoming festivities here at Cincinnati State. I'm sure the crowd will get bigger, not only for the homecoming festivities, but also the men's game, too, as well.
And we're here.
Absolutely, that's why. Phillips fires up a three-point shot. Good! Haley
Man.
Phillips hits a three-pointer, and Cincinnati has gone on a 12-0 run, and they are leading now 12-10. And they get it into nice block by Paratori as Schmeizinski was going to the basket. It's going to go out of bounds on Lakeland. So Cincinnati has definitely turned their kind of sleepwalking maybe through that first 10 points and now playing like they've typically played all year.
Yeah, well, now they're starting. They got a bucket inside 2 trips ago, and then they got a bucket outside the last trip. So you just can't settle. Their first 6 shots were from three-point land. They don't need to do that against a team that they can dominate.
And they get it to Chin. It
There
gets
you
it
go.
into Paratori. Paratori left-handed shot, good.
All right. Now that's it right there. There's your key to success.
And there's going to be a jump ball on possession will go to Lakeland. But if I remember correctly, Paratori had a huge game last time against Lakeland. I think she might have been in 20s, 18, 20.
Yeah, I think 17 I think she had, if I remember correctly.
So that'll be a big key for them to get the ball back into her again. And almost a deflection and a steal by Cincinnati. And coming down quickly is Lakeland. And who is that, Tom? I couldn't see it. 22. I'm sorry. And Schmeizinski's going to drive into the basket, and she lays it up and in. So they finally end their drought as they finally get on the scoreboard, and it's only a 2-point ball game with 8:20 to go here in this first half. Kenzie Brandt gets it into Paratori. She turns around, throws up a shot, no good. And you know what? I like that, Tom. That's okay if she missed it. Keep doing it.
I agree.
And it is going to be Ziegler has it, gives it over to Schmeizinski. Schmeizinski, left-handed dribble, goes off to her side, kicks it up to Whitfield. She fires up a three-point shot. It is no good. Rebounded by Paratori. Stevenson, and I tell you what, the coaches didn't want them to run. They kick it out now to Kenzie Brandt. She's going to fire up a three-point shot. It is off the side of the rim, no good. Said it hit the shot clock.
Well, Kenzie now 0 for 5 from three-point. Struggling.
So, Hitchens checks in for Cincinnati, and Kelly Flanagan checks in for Lakeland. Also, number 34, Jarasak checks in too. How about this? Number 22, Ziegler, a 4'11 freshman.
Gotta like that.
4'11. Get into Whitfield. She kind of walked, no call. 3-point by Guilford. Good. Guilford hits a 3-point. Tom, this is a game of runs here. Lakeland's going on a 5-0 run now. And Stevenson quickly gives it over to Hitchens on the wing. Stevenson has it at the right point, gets it up high to Ash, gets it into Paratori. She turns around and makes it. What a job. Great job by Cincinnati and Paratori. Foul's going to be on number 1, and that's going to be Kelly Flanagan, who just checked into the ball game.
Should have been an intentional foul. I would have called an intentional foul right there. I mean, she just literally just turned around and just pushed her.
16-15 our score. Kind of a low-scoring first half so far. And Paratori, good.
Yeah.
So far off to a big day for Samantha Paratori.
Yeah, it's 7 for her now.
And Lakeland, Jarosik had it, but it's going to be stolen by Chen. She's going to take it all the way to the basket. She's going to miss the layup.
Goodness.
And Kenzie Brandt has it and gets the rebound. Back out to Hitchens. Swing it over to Stevenson. Gets it into Paratori. Kicks it out. Nice job. Swing it over to Kenzie Brandt. Three-pointer shot is no good. Paratori fighting for the rebound, but it's going to be rebounded by Lakeland. And there's going to be foul called on Stevenson.
Oh, man, this is going to be a long one.
So Stevenson picks up a foul. We got 17 fouls called on Cincinnati, so we're going to go down the other end and shoot some free throws. Dan Albers, Tom Benassi, and Rondell McMillan here on Anderson Community Television, USBN Sports. Tom, we got a couple of big games coming up here with us on USBN Sports. Anderson Turpin alumni game. We're going to broadcast it again, and Moose is playing again. So we'll be broadcasting that, and then the donkey basketball. How about that?
What is it?
Donkey basketball. Free throw was no good. That's at Anderson High School. Guys on donkeys trying to shoot baskets. I couldn't even make a basket regular-wise, you know. Paratori's shot was no good, and it's going to be rebounded by Whitfield. Whitfield gives it up to Ziegler. And Jarosik fires up a shot, and it is no good. And running it down was Lakeland. Saved it right into Kenzie Brandt's hand. Brandt quickly coming down, gives it up to Stevenson. Stevenson's going to drive all the way, pull up for a jump shot, no good. Hitchens got it and got fouled. I don't know about that one. They're going to call it on Jarosik, and she's going to pick up her first. Oh, they called it on Whitfield. Did they call it on Whitfield? They called it on Whitfield.
Yeah, and I don't know where the foul was because Brandy had the ball behind her head, and the girl just kind of took it away from her.
And free throw's no good.
Well, I tell you, they are just not themselves today. With 6 minutes left, they got 17 points.
Kenzie Brandt comes out of the ball game. Free throw no good, so she missed both free throws. Chens gets the rebound, powers her way down, throws it up, and gets fouled, and she'll be on the line. Foul's going to be on number 23, and that'll be on Whitfield. That'll be her second foul. No, first foul, right?
Two.
Second.
Yeah, 2 in a row. So Chin goes to the line. We've seen her struggle big time from the line lately.
And there you go. Checking back in will be number 10, Brittany Moore, and also for Cincinnati will be McDougal. I think Coach trying to get that mixture again, trying to figure out who's going to be able to make that run for him.
Yeah, they just don't seem to have that spark at all today.
Free throw no good. So she misses both free throws. Both her and Hedgesmith, both free throws. And they get it over to Jarrison. And they get it over to Guilford. Guilford throws it to Ziegler. Ziegler's going to take it, kick it up. And Whitfield try to throw it, but it's going to be knocked away and stolen by Chin. It's going to outlet it to Stevenson. Stevenson's going to give it up to McDougal. McDougal has it in the lane, throws up a shot, gets fouled, puts it in. Foul's going to be on number 10, and that'll be Brittany Moore. That's going to be her third foul.
So you got 2 players for Lakeland with 3 fouls apiece with just under 6 minutes to go in the first half. So they're going to have to piece it together right now. They don't have a very deep bench.
Smizinski comes back into the ballgame. McDougal. High arcing shot. She puts it up and in. That looked like one of my shots, Tom. Haley Phillips checks in and Chen checks out.
Well, quietly a 5-point lead, Cincinnati State's biggest of the day.
And they were down at one point at 10-0. And then ball is going to go.
How did you
That's
not
a guess.
see it? He was
that
standing right there. How do you not see it?
And she just guessed.
I'm not sure what he was looking at, but it was right in front of him.
20-15, 5:40 to go here in this first half of the homecoming game here at Cincinnati State. Ziegler gets it to Guilford, gets it to Jerzik. Fires up a three-pointer shot, good.
It's her second one of the game.
I'll tell you what, Lakeland hanging around here, 20-18. And Phillips gives it up now to Ash. She's going to fire up a three-point shot. Good. Way to answer by Desiree Ash, who had a big game on Wednesday night against Edison. Quickly coming down is going to be Ziegler. Ziegler's going to give it up. Jerzik fires up a three-point shot. It is no good. Rebounded by Paratori. Outlets it to McDougal, due to Haley Phillips. Phillips drives all the way in. She got tripped. And it's going to be on Smizinski. And she'll pick up her first foul.
Now, Cincinnati State in a dogfight for the league this year with Columbus State and Owens and Edison all kind of in the mix. But they still have to go to Owens. And Columbus State comes here. And then who else? That's it. That's pretty much it.
With Edison, yep.
Most likely going to come down to Owens and Cincinnati State, I believe.
And free throw's good. So there, ends that kind of a drought there. Cincinnati up here 25-18, and amazingly, Tom, like we said, they were down 10-0 at one time. And then they get it now to Ziegler. Ziegler throws a pass and going out of bounds. It said it went off of Cincinnati. Tried to alley-oop it or try to get the ball to Whitfield, goes out of bounds.
Yeah, if she would have just thrown a bounce pass right there, that Whitfield would have been able to lay it in, but she kind of lofted the pass up, and she had nothing to do with it in the air.
Jarasak inbounding the ball.
Whoa.
Get it to Ziegler. Ziegler gets it inside. Nice to Schmazinski. Puts it up and in. 25-24, 40 to go here in this first half. Get over to Stevenson. To Ash. Back over to Stevenson. Stevenson trying to set up her offense. Going to come back up top, set up the offense. 2-3 zone for Lakeland. Swing it over to Chen. Chen has it on the wing. They're not really moving as much as they used to. Faked by Desiree Ash. Throws up a running shot. It is no good. Rebounded by Chen. She puts it up and gets fouled. And, Tom, we're going to have about 3,000 fouls called in this game, I think. Ziegler has a foul. So they've got some serious foul trouble, does does Lakeland. And from here until the end of the half, they'll be shooting double bonus. It looks like she's rushing her shot a little bit. And Brendy Hanchins will check in for Ash.
Yeah, that's 3 misses now for Alexis Chin.
And free throw's good, so she finally makes a free throw, and Cincinnati up here at 26-20 with 4:19 to go in this first half. Ziegler has it, gives it up to Guilford. To Whitfield now, picks up her dribble, throws kind of a bad pass. Get it down in the corner to Jerzik. Get it up high to Whitfield. Whitfield has it, 15 on the shot clock. Getting ready to go under 4 minutes to go. Throw the pass down low. Ziegler, a little small 4'11 girl, couldn't do it. Haley Phillips with the block, and they throw a bad pass. And running it down was Guilford. They got 3 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to have to fire it up. And a block by Chin. Chin, I don't know if she's laughing or she got hit in the mouth. But they had no choice. Guilford had to turn around and fire it because they had no time left on that shot clock. 3:48 to go here in this ballgame. In this first half, Cincinnati up by 6. Good fake by Haley Phillips. Outlets it to Henchins. Over to McDougal. McDougal on the wing. Crosses it over to Stevenson. Stevenson gets it inside to Chen, and she gets fouled.
That's going to be 2 on Take It For Me.
Sheminsky picks up number 2 on her. Alexis Chin will be on the line.
Alexis Chin 1 for 4 from the free throw line early on.
Free throw, no good.
She needs to set a rhythm and stick to it. She seems to. And she took her time on that one.
Yep. So she makes a free throw. And that's going to make it 27-20. Cincinnati looks like they're going to have a steal, and fighting for it is Haley Phillips. Phillips gives it over now to McDougal. Swings it over to Henson. She's got a 3-point attempt on the way. No good. And it's going to be rebounded by Schmeizinski, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Lakeland.
But I tell you what, our 3-point shooting is not very good today at all. That's what, 8, 10, 12, 15, 2 for 15.
Ouch. Ouch.
We don't usually shoot 15,
no.
Let alone in the first half.
Cincinnati trying to do a double team, and they do it. They said over and back. It looks like Ziegler stepped over the line, and it'll be a turnover for Lakeland. So they go on a 10-0 run, and Cincinnati answers with a 27-10 run themselves. And kind of taking advantage here. That's unfortunate for them that Lakeland went on the 10-0 run. Get her over to Alexis Chen. She's going to drive all the way and throws up a one-handed shot. No good. She gets her own rebound, but no. Gets knocked out of her hands, and it's going to be Guilford. Guilford goes off to the right, picks up her dribble, flips it over to Whitfield. Come on, really? They call a foul on Stevenson. We talk about it all the time, Tom. Be consistent. That's all we ask. And it's a little bit too much there.
Well, yeah, if they keep calling it like this, Lakewood won't have enough players to finish the game with. So it'll get real interesting in the second half, because if they stick to the way they're doing it now, there's going to be some people fouling out of this one early.
So Whitfield makes a free throw. Paratori checks back in for Cincinnati.
First point for Whitfield tonight, and I think she's played pretty much the whole first half.
Whitfield's shot is no good. Rebounded, great box out by McDougal. Outlets it to Stevenson. Stevenson's going to drive all the way in, kicks it back to McDougal. She pulls up at the free throw line, throws up a shot in and out, no good. Rebounded by Schmazinski.
Good shot right there for Cincinnati State, though. Little 8-foot jump shot, you'll take that every time.
Absolutely. Schmazinski picks up her dribble and throws it to Jerzik, and it was almost knocked out. But Jerzik has it. They got 15 on the shot clock. Get it inside to Whitfield. Whitfield up, throws up a shot.
Silly
and
foul.
I believe that's going to be on Phillips. That'll be her first.
31. Yeah, I got her for 2.
On the line will be Whitfield.
Yeah, that's 2 for Haley Phillips.
Must have missed one.
But, yeah, that's a silly foul. You got a serious height advantage on the inside. Samantha had come over to help out, so there was no way she was going to get a decent shot off. You just got to hold your ground, stay on the ground.
And free throw in and out, no good. And Paratori with the rebound. Quickly coming down the other side is going to be Stevenson. Stevenson's going to come over now to the left. Get it down in the corner to Hedgens. Stevenson gets it over to the left side to McDougal. Gets it inside to Paratori. She couldn't hold on to the ball. And coming down the other way is going to be Lakeland. Schmazinski gets it. It's going down to her left. And it looks like they're going to call a foul on that as she knocked it out.
See that one coming. That's 3 on Haley. Goodness gracious.
So on the line will be Schmazinski. Oh, she got blood. Yep.
Unbelievable. Well, you know what? We complain about the officials every once in a while, but there may not be a crew, at least the rest of this year, that would be as bad as the Vincennes.
Oh, absolutely not.
Absolutely ridiculous refereeing in that game. Some of the worst I've seen in a long time. But
absolutely.
Right now, Cincinnati State just shows no life whatsoever. And you're leading your league. You know, you just kind of, it's like, you know, I know you beat them really badly the first time, but I think you still, if you come out with that same drive and same passion, you put them away before halftime and the game's over.
Absolutely. Well, Cincinnati will go ahead and call a timeout because of McDougal having blood, and probably she'll get taped up and be ready to roll in there. 27-21 is our score here at Surge Arena here on homecoming game.
Well, another point that we always make, you know, you look at Lakeland right now, obviously struggling all year long, pretty much getting blown out most of the time. But this is a game that they actually showed that they're staying in this game. They're not going away. They keep fighting back. They're down 6. They're 1 of 8 from the free throw line. I mean, that's just it,
right.
You know, you could say it until the cows come home. It's free points. And there's so many teams out there right now that can't make free throws. And, I mean, 1 of 8 is just, it's awful.
27-21 is our score here. We are 2:05 to go here in this first half. Cincinnati trying to get their 22nd win of the season and their 7th conference win. And Lakeland trying to get their 6th win of the year and their first conference victory. Schmazinski on the line. Free throw no good. Ouch.
1 of 9. And, you know, the thing with free throws is it's not something that you have to do with your teammates. It's something that you could sit there and practice by yourself for as long as you want.
Schmazinski misses both. Paratori with the rebound. McDougal outlets it to Stevenson. Back to McDougal. Swing it over to Hedgens. Hedgens back over to Stevenson. Looks like it's going to be a 2-3 for Lakeland. 1:53 to go here in this first half. Hedgens swings it over to McDougal. McDougal back to Hedgens. Nice ball movement by Cincinnati. 9 on the shot clock. Ash in the corner throws up a shot. It is no good. It's going to be rebounded by Schmazinski. 27-21, 1:36 to go here in this first half. Ziegler has it for Lakeland. Swing it, outlet it, and it could have been a foul, Tom, the way they were calling things here today.
Dan, this is one of those halves where, you know how the coaches talk about, well, they cut up the film. You can cut this up any way you want, and there's nothing pretty about it.
Taking the ball out of bounds will be Lakeland. They're going to have to hurry up and get it in bounds, and they do. Get it to Schmazinski, to Woodfield. They got 7 on the shot clock. Get it to Schmazinski.
Nice
she fakes a three-pointer, drives all the way to the basket. She got too far underneath the basket, and there's going to be a shot clock violation. But she got too far underneath the basket. She had an easy layup and could not convert. And really, Lakeland, even though they're shooting poorly from the free throw line, really are in this game only down 6 at 27-21. Getting ready to go under 1 minute to go here in this first half. Ash going to fire up a three-point shot. No good.
My goodness.
Shooting percentages are not going to be pretty.
And as bad as it is to say, thank goodness they're playing Lakeland today because
no kidding.
They would be in serious trouble if they were playing Owens or Edison or somebody like that.
It's going to be a foul on Stevenson. That'll be her 3rd foul.
So we've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 women with 3 fouls in the first half.
Ziegler will be on the line. Free throw, in and out, no good. What are they, 1 for 10 now?
11, I believe.
Kinsey Brand will check in for Stevenson. 47 seconds to go here in this first half. Cincinnati up 27-21. Free throw by Ziegler.
There
Good. So they finally make a free throw. 27-22. They get it to Henshins. Back to McDougal. 42 on the shot clock, 23 on the game clock. It's the other way around. Henshins has it. They got 17 on the shot clock. Swing it around to Ash in between the circles to McDougal. She's going to go between the circles, drive all the way in, throws up a one-handed shot off the back of the rim, no good. Paratori with the rebound to Henshins at the elbow, throws up a shot, no good. And Chin with the rebound, but I think she went over the back. Yep, so Chin will pick up a foul. And she's going to pick up 2. Tom, I don't mind.
Desiree Ash got
there's
that
just
foul.
not. This is just way too many fouls, I'm sorry, in the first half. I mean, it really is. And some of these, yes, they are fouls, but there's a lot that you got to let them go.
Yeah, you can go 2, 3, 4 games where they don't call some of these fouls, and now all of a sudden everything is getting called. I mean, you're talking about a ridiculous number of fouls right now.
Absolutely. Schmazinski's free throw in and out, no good.
2 for 13, and they're down 5. So, they're shooting themselves in the foot right now.
Another free throw in and out, no good. And it's going to go off of Whitfield. What? Went off of Whitfield, but they said it went off of Paratori. It'll stay with Lakeland.
I would not want to be in the locker room.
Absolutely not.
I Coach Beeler, I'm sure right now she's just kind of holding it in because she hasn't been too active on the bench.
Nope.
And I can't imagine she's going to be that quiet in the locker room.
Lakeland, that's got to be 5. They said it wasn't. Schmazinski has it, picks it up, gets it out now to Ziegler. Ziegler has it. There's 15 on a game clock, and that's all there is. Shot clock is off. 10 seconds, 9. Schmazinski's going to drive all the way to the basket. Throws up a layup, no good, and Chin's going to get it. She's going to outlet it to Hedges, running all the way down the court. She's going to take it, lay it up, and in.
Hey, there we go.
That was big by Cincinnati State.
Hey, all right.
And they end on a nice note there as Cincinnati gets a nice layup for Brandy Henshins. And Tom, really what they're going to have to do in the second half is play like they've played all year long. And Coach Beeler's not moving off the bench.
Coach is still sitting on the bench. The players are heading to the locker room. She's still sitting there. I think she's absolutely disgusted by what there is nothing good about this first half.
Yeah,
she's still sitting
moving
there.
So Tom and I are going to regroup ourselves. Our score here at half, 29-22. We'll be back with second half action right after this. And that first half only up here 29-22 after they won by 48 the last time these two times met. Tom, how brutal is it?
There is when the half started, Coach Beeler sat on the bench for probably 5 minutes. The team went in the locker room. She just sat there looking at the stats. And you've got Lakeland shooting 38% from the field and 14% from the free throw line. 2 of 14 from the charity stripe. Awful. You got Cincinnati State shooting from the field 8 for 41, 19.5%.
That is brutal.
3-point shooting for Cincinnati State, 2 of 14, 14%. There's absolutely nothing good came out of that half of basketball. 25 fouls called between the two teams, and we have 5 girls with 3 fouls going into the second half. It's absolutely ridiculous, and I can't imagine that we're going to see the same thing out of Cincinnati State in the second half.
I would not think so, but, Tom, if you look around overall in college basketball, not here at only the junior college level, but Division I, you're seeing it the lowest scoring that you've had in a long time. And I think they had Billis on there, and Billis was on ESPN. He said a lot of it has to do with the referees making more calls, ticky-tacky little touch fouls, and people are too focused on shooting three-pointers. Yeah. And that's why you see the scoring average down so much. And really, that's been a huge factor in today's game. And it's typical that you see Cincinnati score a lot closer to the basket, and they're not doing that. They're settling for jumpers.
Yeah, right now, Cincinnati State, they should just pound the ball inside every trip down the floor. There is no way, if they're going to call the game that closely, they will spend 20 minutes on the free throw line against Lakeland. Lakeland won't have any players left if they did that.
So Cincinnati only up here 29-22. They'll have the ball to start the second half.
Well, definitely look for much improved Cincinnati State energy in this second half after a nice halftime speech by Coach Beeler.
Absolutely. So Cincinnati trying to make something happen better here in the second half. Swing it around to Chin. Chin has it on the wing. Gets it down in the corner to Ash. She fires up a shot again. No good. And it's going to go, we thought it was going to go out of bounds, but Cameron Vaughn with the rebound to get it to Chin. She fires up an outside shot. It is no good. And there's Ash. Get it into Vaughn. Vaughn's going to lay it up and in.
Good job.
So a lot of offensive rebound there for Cincinnati, and they've got a 31-22 lead. Nice job. They try to get the ball in, and it was Guilford trying to get the ball down low into number 10. Moore goes off of Cincinnati on the great defense, goes out of bounds. So Cincinnati up here 31-22, 19-18 to go in this ball game. Get the ball to Whitfield. Whitfield has it. Going to drive in. It goes off Ash's foot, but running it down is going to be Moore. Moore has it, drives baseline, spins back around, looks inside, and there's nobody there, and Chin's going to come down with the steal. Quickly outlets it to Kinsey Brandt. Brandt's going to lay it up, and no good.
Are you kidding me?
She missed the layup, and she's not very happy with herself, Tommy.
Yeah, Kinsey Brandt scoreless so far in this ball game, which is a shocker in itself. Unbelievable.
So the crowd's starting to come in here a little bit more, getting ready for homecoming and also the men's game, which we should have a great game. And there's a bad pass. And a steal by Chin, and Chin's going to take it all the way up, lay it up and in. And already Cincinnati much better here in the second half percentage-wise, Tom.
Yeah.
They're up 11 here at 33-22.
Yeah, good start to the second half. And, I think, Kinsey's frustrated with herself. But you know what? Yeah, right now you're starting to build that lead. It's time to put Lakeland away and get this game over with.
So again, Cincinnati's trying to go up with their 22nd victory of the season and go 7-1 in the conference, and Lakeland is trying to get to 6 wins and 1 win in the conference.
Yeah, and Wednesday night, this coming Wednesday, they'll have Columbus State coming in, and they're 1 game behind going into the weekend. So it's a big ball game. Cincinnati State did win up there. Or no, that was their loss. I take that back.
No. The women lost, yes.
Yeah, the women lost
yes.
at Columbus State. So that's a big-time game on Wednesday night for them. And hopefully the men today will tell us right now where they stand, I think. You're going against a 7-0 Lakeland Trailblazer team. And I think it'll be interesting to see with Thomas Jackson back where they stand, because he did not play in the first matchup.
Right, absolutely. And I don't know if Jamal Ivory played either against Lakeland.
Not. They didn't have either one.
So that's going to be a huge factor for that game, I would think. And the guy they got to really watch out for is that Smith, leading in blocks, who set a record for for Lakeland. So Cincinnati putting on some man-to-man pressure. And Whitfield has it. Going to dribble off to her right. Gets it stolen by Stevenson. Stevenson going to bring it back. And I'm sure Coach for Lakeland doesn't like that after you call a timeout and you do a quick turnover. Chin drives in, throws up a shot. Good. All right, Cincinnati's starting to pull away now, Tom, at 35-22.
Yeah, very good job by Alexis Chin right there to keep her body under control.
Throw the ball inside. They get it out to Martin. Martin's going to drive all the way to the basket. She misses a layup. And it's going to be rebounded by Cameron Vaughn, who gives it to Stevenson. Stevenson, again, the shocking thing is that Kinsey Brandt has not scored. Throws up a shot, in and out, no good.
Vaughn.
Rebounded by Vaughn. She puts it up and in. And now, a lot easier baskets, Tom, closer to the basket, and their percentage definitely is going to go up here.
Yeah, and we saw Cameron Vaughn a couple games ago have nothing in the first half, came out and got 22 in the second half like it was nothing.
And 37-22, 17-42 to go, and there's going to be a foul, and I believe that's going to be on Ash. Now it's going to be on Chin. And that'll be her third foul. On the line will be number 12, and that'll be Guilford. Free throw, good.
Not used to hearing you say that today, Dan.
Checking in will be number 22, Ziegler, and also number 24, Schmazinski for Lakeland.
So Guilford with 3 in the first half. On a Tiara Martin led the team with 7, and she didn't even play for 11 minutes.
Makes both free throws. That right there, Tom. They were horrible in that first half. Get it now to Kinsey Brandt. Back over to Stevenson. Stevenson swings it over to Chin to get it inside to Ash to give it back. They get it inside, and there's going to be a hold call. What? They're going to call an offensive foul on Cameron Vaughn?
They called 3 seconds.
Oh, 3 seconds. I thought they called a foul. I was like, wow. And one thing about Kinsey, you got to take your head off. Most players that struggle like that will start firing shots up, and Kinsey Brandt's not doing that.
No, she'll take her time. She'll do whatever's best for the team.
3-point shot was no good by Guilford, and loose ball. Ball's on the ground. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession will go to Lakeland.
So now Cincinnati State with a 13-point lead, slowly kind of pulling away, and Lakeland, have had a couple easy shots in this half and have missed them both. So you kind of wonder if maybe they're getting tired.
So Lakeland will take the ball out of bounds, trailing here 37-24. Get the ball to Schmazinski. Schmazinski is going to give it up now to Ziegler. Ziegler, Cincinnati, that man-to-man. There's going to be a steal. Not a good pass by Ziegler. Chen's going to take it. She gets a nice pass into Stevenson, puts it up and in.
Right
that was a great job by Chen. It's 39-24. Another steal again. Here comes Vaughn, giving it up to Brandt. Gives it back into Vaughn. She lays it up and in. And Tom, this is exactly what they should have probably done in the first half.
Yeah, and Cameron Vaughn with 6 already. She only had 3 in the first half.
Cincinnati up now big 41, and they're going to call a foul on Stevenson, and that will be number 4 on Stevenson. So she will come out of the ball game, and McDougal will check in for her. Again, homecoming festivities here at Cincinnati State.
And we are going to have a band.
Are we really?
Yes, we are.
Withrow?
I see them out there.
Yep.
It looks like it.
Withrow, yep. And so Tom and I will be screaming at the top of our lungs. And McDougal doing a great job on Ziegler. Give it up to Martin. Martin has it, spins, drives in, kicks it out. Bad pass, goes out of bounds.
Terrible pass. Terrible pass. We've played less than 4 minutes, and they've got 5 turnovers already. I think they only had 10. They had 12 in the first half. So in 4 minutes, they've got 5. That's
and I think as Rondell was telling us, and I didn't actually look, but I think he said that they had 40 turnovers in that first game that those two teams met up in Lakeland.
Right.
Yeah. So that's a good turnaround for them. Not too bad here in this second game. They're going to be in a 2-3 zone now is Lakeland. 13 seconds on the shot clock. They get it to Paratori. Gets it inside nice to Vaughn. Outlet it to McDougal. They only got 7 on the shot clock. McDougal in the corner for a 3-pointer off the side of the backboard. No good.
Wow.
And there's going to be a foul on number 20, and that's going to be on Vaughn.
That's 4.
And Vaughn's going to have 4 now. So they got 2 players with 4 fouls. It's going to be Stevenson and Vaughn, and she's going to have to come out, and Ash will check into the ballgame. 15:48 with Vaughn being out. That's going to hurt for a little bit. And the quarterback, Guilford, throws another nice pass.
I think she
Mazinski
wants to
walk
throw
with
those.
the basketball. Yes, she does. And here comes the Withrow marching band, Tom. And I'll tell you what, if anybody has not seen them, they are phenomenal. They really are.
What's on their T-shirts? Looks like a T, doesn't it?
Tigers. Withrow.
Not high school,
Tigers.
though. Yeah, but it's something HS.
We'll see.
Know.
But so if you haven't heard them, man, they are phenomenal. McDougal fires up a shot from the corner.
Right.
Nice shot from the wing is McDougal, and Cincinnati almost up here now by 20. And they were only up by 7, and they're
7
all of a sudden
turnovers.
And they are the wheels are falling off here for Lakeland.
Yeah, I think they've kind of reached their peak. I don't see it getting any better the rest of the way. Look at that.
And they throw it into Paratori, who couldn't make it, but Ash with the rebound. Her shot was no good. And Chen with the rebound and goes up for a shot. She's going to be fouled by Guilford, I believe, and that'll be number 1 on her.
Yeah, it's not looking good right now for Lakeland. I just don't see how they have any kind of offense to stay in this game.
And free throw's no good.
Chin is now 2 of 7 from the free throw line.
Chen, free throw good.
There you go. When she keeps that extra little bounce with her knee,
Yep.
that's when she drains them.
44-24, 15-17 to go in this ball game. Cincinnati up on Lakeland as they were only up 7.5 at 29-22. Are you kidding me?
We're not getting out of here till 7, Dan.
Foul's going to be on McDougal. And McDougal, that'll be her first. Well, we figured out what they had 25 fouls called in the first half. We're going to hit 50 today. Might as well. We already got 5 fouls called here, so we're already up at 30 fouls called for the game. And Whitfield has it. Cincinnati going to be in a man-to-man. Whitfield's going to drive all the way in and throws up a left-handed shot. It goes in. How about that? So she puts it in, and I knew Whitfield was one of their leading scorers. She came in averaging almost 11 points a game and shot, and there's going to be a foul called.
Yeah, and she only had 1 in the first half.
23, and that's going to be on Whitfield. That'll be her 3rd foul.
Chin back to the line again. There you
Free throw
go.
good. Chin.
4 for 9 now.
Free throw
There,
good. So
much
she hits
better.
both of them in. 46-26. So we're going to have Haley Phelps checking in for Cincinnati. Also, number 34, Janelle Jarosik checks back in for Lakeland with those fluorescent yellow shoes. I don't think she knows or realizes that does not match the team colors they have. It's like almost another turnover, but Ziegler's going to get it and throws a pass off the knees of Ash, goes out of bounds. Yeah, Tom, I recognize that guy up front for Withrow.
Yeah.
That is definitely Withrow. And I'm telling you what, they really are phenomenal. And I would rent them out for a party just to have them play because they are really, really good. And since I get in a man-to-man, they got 12 on the shot clock. And nice steal by Paratori.
Whoa, give it up, give it up, give it up.
And Paratori's going to dribble off to her right, gives it over to McDougal. To Haley Phelps, pulls up at the free throw line, throws up a shot. She kind of rushed it, no good. But there's Ash for the rebound, puts it up and in. And Tom, this is getting ugly now.
Yeah, this is what we were kind of expecting from the opening tip.
And looks like we're going to call a timeout as Lakeland, and Lakeland is trailing 48-26.
Yeah, they think their energy level's pretty much shot now, and Cincinnati State kind of just riding it hard now. They're playing good defense. They've already caused 8 turnovers, so I think they're in good shape. And you start looking towards Wednesday a little bit. Big matchup with Columbus State.
And that'll definitely be a big game again, not only for the women but for the men too, as well as Cincinnati. If they win today, they will even their record at 4-4. And like we've talked about all year long, it's great that the conference tournament's going to be here for them.
Oh, no question, Matt. Even though they've lost 3 at home, they lost to Owens, they lost to Edison, and they lost to Cuyahoga all on their home floor. But I still think you're talking about a Thomas Jackson. Back on the team, I think it's a big difference. And right now, if they win today, they're in the 3-hole in the league. They get the 3rd seed. So they do have something to play for because then it puts Lakeland on the other side of the bracket.
So Cincinnati up here 48-26 and trying to, again, extend their games total wins to 22 and 7-1 in the conference. Dan Albers, Tom Benassi, Rondell McMillan here at homecoming here at Surge Arena at Cincinnati State on Anderson Community Television and USBN Sports. So again, we'll be finishing up the here with Cincinnati State, and then we will be broadcasting the Anderson Turpin alumni game from Turpin High School. Guilford gets it in and gets it back. Guilford on the left gets it to Ziegler. Ziegler goes off to her right, goes over to Martin. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Father-in-law's got a Surge tattoo on his cheek.
Chen, that'll be her 4th foul, Tom. And Martin will be on the line. And Martin's free throw is good. That is unbelievable that your father-in-law has a Surge logo on his cheek. Free throw is no good. Rebounded by Chen. McDougal quickly coming down, right down the middle. McDougal's going to pull it back out. And she's going to go off to her right, gets it up to Ash. Ash looking inside of Paratori. She spins, turns, throws up a shot. Good.
Nice.
Paratori puts it up and in, and Cincinnati up here big, 50-27.
First bucket in the second half for Samantha.
And quickly Martin's going to take it. She dribbles off to her left, throws it off the glass, up and in. So Martin's answered a couple baskets here for them, and since they still have big, as McDougal's going to drive all the way to the basket, and she lost control of it. Gets it back to Chen. Chen throws it up off the glass, no good, gets her own rebound, throws it up again, no good. And she gets it back on a loose ball, and she gets fouled as she was trying to throw up another shot. Foul's going to be on number 22. That'll be on Ziegler.
Is it 22 or 32?
I thought she said 22. 32.
That's 4 on Tiara Martin.
So Chen will be on the line to shoot 2 shots. Free throw's no good. So Cameron Vaughn coming in with 4 fouls, and also coming back in for Lakeland will be number 10, and that'll be Brittany Moore. Tom, we haven't seen Kinsey Brandt in a while.
No, I think she might be under the weather a little bit. I saw her carrying a box of Kleenex out at halftime, so she may not be feeling well.
It's off the front of the rim again, so Chen misses both free throws, and Brittany Moore with the rebound. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was Schmazinski with the rebound. Going all the way to the basket was Ziegler. Shot was no good. Phillips with the rebound. Phillips, nice pass into Ash. Ash going to drive all the way and up and in. Great pass by Haley Phillips into Chen, and Cincinnati up here 52-29. 12:50 to go in this ball game. Last time these two teams met, Cincinnati won by 48 at 98-50. It didn't look like that was going to happen in the first half, Tom.
No, not at all. Nothing was happening in the first half. That's
there's
charge.
going to be a charge, yep, and that's going to be on number 12, and that'll be on Guilford, and that'll be her second foul. So now we are at 34 fouls called for the game, I believe. We're going to push that 50 mark.
And now's when you wish you could four-corner it. Just stand out there and dribble around. No fouls would be called.
Ash swings it over now. Hallie Phillips thought about it. Gets down in the corner to Chen. Fakes a shot, throws it up, off the rim, no good. And it's going to be rebounded by, looks like Chen's going to run it down. Get it to McDougal inside the lane. Gets a nice pass inside to Vaughn, puts it up and in. Much better at running their offense, Tom.
Yeah, and Cameron Vaughn now with 4 straight buckets, or 4 for 4 in the second half, I should say. She only had 3 points in the first half.
54-29, under 12 minutes to go. Ziegler has it, goes off to her right. It's going to drive all the way in, throws it, and there's going to be a foul on Haley Phillips. And
4 on Haley Phillips.
35 fouls called for the game.
And Stevenson coming in with 4. So now you have Vaughn and Stevenson on the floor with 4 fouls apiece.
Lakeland taking the ball to bounds. Oh, nice pass inside. High off the glass was no good, but getting the rebound again. But she loses control of it was Moore.
Nice pass.
That led it to Stevenson. Stevenson's going to take it, lay it up and in. And I think what Coach was saying is run. Get the ball and go.
Yeah, they're so much more talented than the other team. And that's where they get those second and third chance points, too, because they're hustling down the court.
And the ball is Moore. Throws up a shot. It is no good, and it goes off of Schmazinski out of bounds. It'll go to Cincinnati. Hedgens checking in for Cincinnati. Ash inbounds it to Stevenson. 11:25, Cincinnati up 56-29. Dan Albers, Tom Benassi, Rhonda McMillan here on Homecoming on USBN Sports and Anderson Community Television. Stevenson gets it over to Hedgens. Hedgens gets down in the corner to Ash. She's going to drive baseline. Kicks it down low into Vaughn. Up and in.
Man.
Great job, Tom, driving to the basket, dishing it down low. They try to double team Ash and puts it up and in. And Cincinnati up and very much in command now here in the second half at 58-29. Schmazinski gets it in the corner, and come on.
Now that right there, that's ridiculous. Oh yeah, I mean, you're 21 feet away from the basket and barely touched her. It didn't affect the play at all. I just that's
old
awful.
Heatmiser with the call.
Heatmiser. Oh man.
And Schmazinski on the line. Left-handed shot, good. Schmazinski's given him some pretty decent minutes when she's been in. It hasn't done a lot, but
Yeah, that's her first make from the free throw line. 1 of 4 or 1 of 5.
she's been solid except for free throws. 58-30, 10:54 to go. Henshin's going to drive all the way to the basket, throws up a shot, and they're going to call a blocking foul. Schmazinski's going to pick up the foul, and that will be number 3 on her. No, they didn't. They called it on Moore. I'm
4
sorry.
on her. Brittany Moore with 4. Tiara Martin with 4 for Lakeland. For Cincinnati State, Haley Phillips and Cameron Vaughn with 4 each.
Free throw's good.
And Henshin now with her first point of the second half.
So Martin will come back into the ballgame for Lakeland. Free throw, good. Cincinnati up 30 here at 60-30 at halftime. I believe the score was 29-22.
Yep.
A nice move by Ziegler to the basket, lays it up, and no good. And Martin gets her shot blocked by Ash. And there's a steal by Henshins. How about that? She's going to take it all the way uncontested for a layup up and in.
Yes. All right.
And Tom, pretty decent crowd here starting to fill in.
Oh, yeah, it definitely filled in. They're still coming in.
62-30 is our score. 10:19 to go in this ballgame.
Now you just want good defense, no silly fouling. Just move your feet.
Get tomorrow. We might not see Kenzie Brandt come back into this ballgame, Tom.
Yeah, I have a feeling you might be right.
It's like she is, as soon as we say that, she's going to come back into the ballgame.
She maybe just said I'm fine. So she must not be feeling well.
Ball, not a good shot there by Lakeland. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Cincinnati's basketball, and I guess Kenzie Brandt must be sick. And she's going to come back into the ballgame. She has not scored here tonight. 62-39, 54 to go. Stevenson goes over to Kenzie Brandt. To Stevenson. Back over to Kenzie Brandt. Gets it down in the corner to Ash. Ash thought about shooting a three-pointer. To Henshins, over to Stevenson.
No hurry.
Yeah, just try to waste off as much time as possible. They got 11 on the shot clock. Stevenson kicks it out to Kenzie Brandt.
I
thought she's going to fire it.
Shoot it.
She might have to. They got 5 seconds on the shot clock. Kenzie Brandt going to fire up a three-point shot. Good. I think it's going to be a two-pointer. Yeah. But maybe that'll get her on track. She finally scores for the first time here today.
Yeah, and you got like that. Stevenson, as she's passing it to her, yelling, shoot it.
Cincinnati up here 64-30, 9:14 to go. Like you said, Tom, waste as much time as possible and do not foul.
Yep.
And Martin's going to try to back her way down in. Gets it down in the corner to Ziegler. Ziegler gets it back inside to Martin. Martin's going to take it. Shot is no good. Whitfield with the rebound. And firing up a three-point shot by Jarosik is no good, and rebounded by Vaughn, who outlets it to Stevenson. Kenzie Brandt gets it now.
Nice
Throws it
pass.
down inside. Nice pass, and Henshins missed the layup. But then Ash gets it, and she's going to be fouled as she was going for a shot. Foul's going to be on 20, what did they say, 23?
24.
And that's going to be on Schmazinski. That'll be her third. Free throw good. Checking back in will be Elizabeth Guilford. So check into the ballgame.
Desiree 5 for 5 from the free throw line today. $12 points.
Free throw good.
13 points coming off a huge game on Wednesday at Edison with 26.
Schmazinski has it now since they put on a little bit of pressing.
Nice.
There's going to be a steal by Henshins. Henshins going to give it up now to Stevenson.
Slow it down.
Stevenson gives it back up to Henshins. Henshins going to bring it back out to Stevenson now. Get it inside to Ash. Ash turns around, throws it up, puts it up and in. Tom, this is really exactly what we expected in that first half.
Yeah.
And you know what? As long as they respond and do what they were supposed to do here in the second half, no one's going to remember that first half.
Right. 39-8. In the second half.
Unbelievable.
Unreal.
Ziegler going to give it up now to Guilford. Guilford dribbling into the circles. It's going to be a steal by Henshins.
All over the place right now.
Going to give it up now to Desiree Ash. Ash going to take it all the way up. Oh, she almost walked. And she lays it up and in, and Cincinnati up by 40 at 70-30.
Yeah, you know the funny thing is, Dan, these teams in the league will look on the website and see this win. They have no idea how bad the first half was.
Yeah. Kenzie Brandt's going to pick up her first foul, and going to the line will be Schmazinski.
Not successful at the line so far today. 1 of 6 for Alicia. And the band over there, Dan, is just waiting to let it rip.
Erupt. They're going to erupt.
They are just waiting.
And you know what? They used to have kind of a dance team with them too.
Yeah.
I don't see them.
No, I don't see
which
them either.
They
well, they can't
down.
because it's homecoming. So they can't go out at halftime because it's homecoming.
Yeah,
so,
but they still had them out there dancing though.
Oh, did
no?
they?
I'm talking about the
over on
the
side.
Withrow
I
dance people. So both free throws were missed, and Stevenson quickly coming down the other way to Kenzie Brandt, back to Stevenson. Stevenson gets it inside to Ash. Shot was no good. Gets her own rebound, and she gets fouled by Ziegler.
Shockingly a foul.
And Ziegler has number 2.
Well, they're doing a good job of keeping themselves active in the game. The ones that are fouling are the ones that can afford to.
Yeah, we're at 40 fouls for the game. Free throws put up and good. Just thought the people out there listening to this broadcast might want to know how many fouls they've called here today.
Desiree Ash with 18 now.
And
19.
she puts in both free throws, and looks like Ash is going to come out, and Paratori and Phillips coming in. Stevenson coming out.
Well, I tell you, Ash and Vaughn are a very strong duo in this league. There's no question about it. They can put up some big-time numbers.
And coming down quickly is going to be Ziegler. She's going to get it inside to Martin. Martin's going to take it up, lay it up and in. So that was probably one of their better possessions there, and they get it back down to a 40-point game at 72-32. Henchins has it on the wing to Kenzie Brandt. Swings it over to Phillips. Phillips back to Henchins. Over to Paratori. Get up to Vaughn, and it's very important, as they said, to run as much time off the clock as possible. Get it into Paratori. She turns around. Shot was no good. And getting the rebound, it's going to be Schmazinski. Or no, excuse me, that's Moore with the rebound. And Ziegler has it on the wing. Try to get it inside. Not a very good pass.
Brandy Henshin again with the ball.
Henshin's going to take it all the way in. She got fouled as she's going to the basket, and that was by Guilford. That'll be her third.
Henshin will go to the line. 2 for 4 from the free throw line.
And the crowd just keeps coming in here. Free throw on the way by Henchins is no good.
I think Coach has got to be happy with their defensive effort in the second half without question. And like you said, they got out and ran a little bit more, and they got a lot of easy shots in this second half.
In and out, no good for Henchins, and quick coming down the other way is going to be Lakeland. Get it to Martin at the top. She turns around, fires up a three-point shot. Good.
Hello.
How about that? She hit a couple, didn't she, early in that first half?
She got 15 on the game.
Get it to Henchins on the wing, on the left wing. Gets it up to the high point to Kenzie Brandt. Brandt goes off to her right, throws it up high. Not a very good pass. And Vaughn's going to get it, as they said it was tipped. Henchins gives it over to Kenzie Brandt. Brandt in between the circles, drives, got a ball stolen. Coming down is going to be Ziegler. Ziegler coming down the left. She's going to drive all the way to left, throws it off the glass. She tried to overcompensate, I think, because she thought there might have been a charge that goes out of bounds off Cincinnati. Tom, how about your Illini winning a big game against Indiana?
I can't even tell you how many times I've watched that at home. It was, I had watched it tape delayed, because I had stuff going on, so I didn't see the end till like 11 o'clock at night. And then I checked my phone, and I had like 6 text messages about it. But you know what? It was good to see them after all the terrible games they've played this year and struggled. It was good to see them get a nice win.
That was a huge win, and putting in a free throw.
But now they go to Minnesota tomorrow, and they don't like going to Minnesota.
It's like Cincinnati will call a timeout. They're going to call a 30-second timeout up here, 72-36. Again, homecoming activities and festivities here at Cincinnati State. They got the Withrow Marching Band, and you will have your homecoming king and queen here at Cincinnati State. And I believe this is maybe the fourth, fourth year that they've been doing this.
Yeah, and you know, I don't see any reason why the next game should not be a very, very intense, very exciting ball game. You've got a Cincinnati State team that's been waiting to get healthy. They're still not healthy, but they do have their leading scorer at the time, Thomas Jackson, back in the lineup. And you got a Lakeland team coming in, fourth in the country in points scored at 93.5 a game. He's 7-0 in the league. And I think Cincinnati State just wants to send a little message today.
Absolutely. Free throw was no good. It was rebounded by Lakeland. Get it to Moore. Moore's going to kick it back now to Ziegler. Ziegler gets it inside of Martin. Martin spins, turns, throws up a shot, no good. And Vaughn's going to run it down. Give it over to Kenzie Brandt. Brandt quickly coming down to right. She's got numbers. Kicks that in the corner to Henshins. Fires a three-pointer. Good. Henshins hit the three-pointer.
Nice shot by Brandy.
And Cincinnati up 75-36. And off to the left is Moore. Moore picks up her dribble. Cincinnati man-to-man. Get it back now to Ziegler. They've got 13-12 on the shot clock. Ziegler has it, being guarded by Phillips. Moore had it, lost control of the ball. Ball's on the ground. And
don't foul.
Still on the ground, and there's going to be Henshins with it. Yeah.
She's gotten every loose ball in the second half,
Absolutely.
I think.
Henshins going to bring it back out, get it inside
nice
to Vaughn, cutting to the basket. Puts it up and in. 77-36. We're under 5 minutes to go, and I would try to figure out that math, but I don't think I could do it, Tom.
Well, Cameron Vaughn now 6 for 6 in the second half, but Brainy Henshin has been the story right now. She's coming up with steals left and right and assisting on baskets that are making it real easy for Cincinnati State right now.
And Martin's shot was no good as she went baseline and rebounded by Cameron Vaughn. Kenzie Brandt quickly coming down the other way. Kicks it down in the corner to Henshin. She fakes a three-pointer, pulls up, throws up a shot, no good, and kicked out to Kenzie Brandt. Gets it into Paratori. She just throws up a shot. It was no good, and Ziegler's going to come down with the rebound. Ziegler, all of 4'11", gets the rebound, comes down the other side, and it gets it almost stolen by Kenzie Brandt. It's going to go off of Lakeland out of bounds. Checking back in will be McDougal for Cincinnati. We're at 4:16 to go here in this ball game. Cincinnati up here in total command here in the second half, up 77-36.
Yeah, it's good to see them kind of pick up the intensity a little bit after a rough first half. Probably the roughest that we've seen. But, you know, hopefully Coach got her point across that this is what happens when you take somebody too lightly. You know, you can get bitten really quickly. And they avoided that with a huge second half.
And Cincinnati coming back now. They get it to Chen. She's going to drive all the way and throws it off the glass. No good. Vaughn with it. Shot was no good. It's going to be rebounded by Martin. And coming all the way down, Guilford throws up a shot. It is no good. And Vaughn with the rebound is going to give it to McDougal. We're at 3:42 to go. Get it to McDougal now on the wing to Henshins. Back to McDougal. They're just going to win.
Good
Tom,
job.
If my math is correct.
Oh, goodness.
48-14 second half.
Yep.
And Phillips fires up a three-pointer.
Haley joining the party.
80-36. So only scoring 29 in that first half. Cincinnati erupts in the second half, almost scoring about 30. And it's going to be Martin. Martin's going to turn around a shot block by Vaughn, and then there's going to be a foul on
Chen,
and that might be – I've got 5.
I got her for 4.
You do. Yeah. You're right.
So Guilford will go to the line. She's hit both her free throws. She's got 5 points.
And free throw's good. 80-37. Guilford on the line for shot number 2. Guilford shot in and out, no good. Rebounded by Chen. Haley Phillips quickly coming down the right side. Get it into Henson. Henson turns around, puts up a shot, no
that
good.
Been nice.
And Vaughn with the rebound. Kick it down in the corner at Henson. She's going to fire up a three-point shot. It is no good. And getting the rebound is going to be Guilford. So 2:48 to go here in this ball game. Cincinnati pretty much in command. And looks like they're going to say she stepped out of bounds was Cincinnati. And it'll stay here with Lakeland.
Brandy Henson going to the bench, and what a great second half by Brandy. Look at Coach. She's loving it. Great
Absolutely.
second half by Brandy Henson. No question about it.
Brandy Henson's, as she said, did a great job in the second half. Stevenson in for her. They're going to have to hurry up and inbounds this ball as Lakeland. And they throw a bad pass, but getting it is going to be Moore. 80-37, 2:39 to go here in this ball game. Moore's going to go off to her left. Kick it over. Three-point attempt by Guilford. Good. How about that?
She's playing still. No question. She's still playing her heart out, but not a whole lot they can do right now with Cincinnati State.
Stevenson gets it to Chen down in the corner. Baseline shot. It is no good. Martin with the rebound.
Chen actually jumped sideways on that shot.
And hopefully we'll be joined by Coach Beeler there and get her thoughts. What they say, 19% in that first half, Tom. I'm sure it's a lot different here in the second half.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt.
And there's McDougal. McDougal's going to get it, give it back now to Helly Phillips. Shot in and out, no good. Vaughn with the rebound puts it up and in. 82-40. And it's going to be Ziegler coming down for Lakeland. We're at 1:43 to go here in this ball game. They're going to call a foul on Chin. Really?
She's gone. That's 5 on Alexis Chin. She will leave with 9 points.
And Brandy Henshins looks like she'll come back into the ball game. Actually, no, it's going to be Paratori. Henshins might come back into as well. So McDougal and Chen comes out, who fouls out of the game. McDougal's going to come out as well.
Well, I'll tell you, Dan, I knew that Cincinnati State would come out with a little extra fire in the second half. I never expected this.
Yeah, no kidding.
After struggling so badly in the first half with only a 7-point lead, to come out and do what they've done tells you how good this team really can be.
Absolutely. So Martin misses the free throw. Free throw again. No good. Rebounded by Paratori. We're at 1:38 to go in this ball game. 82-40, Cincinnati up. Stevenson's going to just take it all the way to the basket. Got it blocked, and they're going to call a foul. Foul's going to be on 32. That's going to be Martin. She's gone. So she picks up 5, number 5.
15. Tiara Martin for Lakeland fouls out. Without a doubt, the leading scorer.
43 fouls called in this ballgame.
Oh, goodness.
Got to throw that out. Stevenson will be on the line, shooting 2. Free throw good.
Hannon with 5 points. And McDougal with 5. And we talked about when those two don't score, they seem to struggle a little bit, but it's good to see them putting up some points today.
84-40 is our score here with 1:32 to go in this ball game. Get it to Schmazinski. Schmazinski has off the left, pulls it back out now to Moore. Moore has it. Goes over to her right to Ziegler. Ziegler going to dribble off to her left, spin back to her right. She's been struggling to kind of get the ball around. Schmazinski walked with the basketball, no call. Moore's going to throw up a shot, no good. And Paratori with the rebound to Stevenson.
I love the no call right now.
Absolutely. Stevenson, they would have called that earlier just a few minutes ago. And Henson's going to fire up a three-point shot. It is no good. Paratori tips it to herself, lays it up and in. How about that?
11.
We're at 52 seconds to go in this ball game. Cincinnati up big here at 86-60, and we'll obviously be joined by Coach Henson, or Coach Bueller, I'm sorry, here shortly. 86-40. We're at 35 seconds. Get it into Schmazinski. She got her shot blocked. It goes out of bounds. And there was another one that they didn't call, and we appreciate that.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
I don't know what we're doing now, Tom. We're having a bunch of discussions. Really? Come on, fellas. 31 seconds to go. And that Withrow band is ready to erupt.
They are dying over there.
So we might not be able to hear my interview. Get it for the first time. I'm sorry, Flanagan. She's been in before. Moore fires up a three-point shot. It is no good. And Brandy Henshins with the rebound, and Stevenson has it.
Run the clock out. Run the clock out.
Take it all the way to the basket, lays it up and in. 88-40. Just the same, Tom. 48-point win here.
Yeah. What an incredible second half. That is just unbelievable how they just blasted in the second half to which they struggled so badly in the first.
All right. What do we got here? There's 1 second to go, and I'm going to head down and get Coach.
Nice attitude right there by Ziegler.
All right, so I will go down and interview Coach.
Cincinnati State with a good win here. They go to 7-1 in league play, sit atop the standings, and they were led by Desiree Ash with 19, Cameron Vaughn with 17, Samantha Paratori with 11, Henshin and Chin each with 9. So very good all-around game in the second half by Cincinnati State, who's shot 19% in the first half. Was not pretty at all, but they definitely woke up and did a much better job, and they will go into another week ahead of the standings, and we'll go down to Dan with Coach Beeler.
All right, I'm joined here with Coach Beeler. Coach, in that first half, that percentage you shot in the first half was like 19%. Had a lot to do with it, but I don't think you played as well as you did the first half as you did in the second half.
We weren't ready to play. We knew the competition level, and we have this very bad habit of playing down to our competition level, and that's exactly what happened in the first half. We're down 10-0, and if we finally took us 6 minutes to score because we were not ready to play today.
Kenzie Brand, it looked like she sick today. It looked like I saw her say she felt okay, but obviously you could tell she wasn't feeling good.
Yeah, she's been a little under the weather with a respiratory thing, so I'm just trying to rest her because we got a big game on Wednesday.
And real quick, Brandy Henshins played very well tonight.
She did. I told her she needed to play some defense, and she did, and she got a lot of steals and a lot of points out of that, so she stepped up to the plate.
All right, Coach, you got a big one on Wednesday night against Columbus State. Wednesday, it's going to be a big game.
Yeah, we're ready to show them that we are number one in the conference for sure.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us. Okay, that's Coach Beeler joining us, and so we're going to regroup and take a break here as we are going to do the men's game. So Cincinnati State wins big. We'll be back with our men's game right after this.